There was an incident in his life where he healed the 10 lepers. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Healed all 10 of them. Only one came back to say thank you. He could have been really offended by that. I'm shutting down the healing business. Nobody appreciates me. No more miracles, no more healing, taking my marbles and going home. I mean, some of us sometimes act kind of that way when we don't get our way, or people don't do what we want them to do, or we don't like a requirement or stuff. We just take our marbles and go home. That's not spiritual maturity. It's not spiritual maturity. So here's the homework. Ready for a little bit of homework? I know you just love it. Oh, good music, kind of a nice message. I get to laugh a little bit, but homework? I remember a long time ago when I first started doing, I don't do this anymore, but when I did pastoral counseling, I learned pretty quickly that the vast majority of people would come either just wanting to be validated or coming wanting to have their lives fixed, but don't change me. See, fix my life, which usually meant make my husband or my wife be better, or get rid of my boss, or get rid of my ex, or whatever. You know, fix me, but don't change me. And the truth of the matter is, and I know you know this, our life only changes when we change. Our life only changes when we change. So here's the homework. 4 easy steps. Number 1, be willing to notice those places and times that you lose it, that you lose your poise. If there's ever a moment that, give me some examples of people, spiritual icons that you admire. Mother Teresa, I'll throw them out. Mother Teresa maybe, or Gandhi, or Jesus, or it's easier if they're still alive. Buddha.
Martin Luther King.
Okay, so somebody that you hold in high esteem. If there's ever a moment that you would be embarrassed by how you just conducted yourself if that person were standing next to you, those are the moments I'm talking about, okay? Got it? Got it? Got it. Okay, so number 1, be willing to notice those places and those times that you lose your poise, that you're acting kind of ugly or obnoxious. Second, admit it to yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up over it, but admit it. Acknowledge privately to yourself, I just acted like a jerk. Or whatever it was that you did, without turning the tables. Don't make it about the other person when it isn't about the other person. Because you can't heal anything in yourself if you keep making it about the other person. So be willing to notice those places and times that you lose your poise. Second, admit it to yourself. Third, pause long enough to talk yourself through and see yourself behaving differently in the future. So pause long enough. You know, replay it in your mind. Replay that scene in your mind, how you would prefer to have handled yourself, what you would have preferred to have said, what you know would have been a more spiritually mature response. So think it through, play it through again. And fourth, one of my favorite affirmations, silently affirm to yourself, I am centered and poised in God. I am centered and poised in God. Nothing and no one can disturb the calm peace of my soul. I am centered and poised in God. Nothing and no one can disturb the calm peace of my soul. Let's take that together in 2 separate parts. The first is, I am centered and poised in God. Together? I am centered and poised in God. Again. I am centered and poised in God. Nothing and no one can disturb the calm peace of my soul. Together? Nothing and no one can disturb the calm peace of my soul. Now take your hand, gently place it a couple of inches below your belly button, your solar plexus area. Feel that affirmation there. When we meditate, a lot of times we focus in the area of the heart, which has different benefits. When we're really trying to be centered, because we realize that we've lost our center, to focus in the solar plexus and to hold that thought, I am centered and poised in the awareness of God. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. Done sincerely, it will shift you out of that ugly energy, out of that reactionary energy, and help to move you into a peaceful place. So one more time together. I am centered and poised in the awareness of God. Nothing and no one can disturb the calm peace of my soul. Namaste and God bless.